Good morning. This is your host and channel, Rosalind Solomon, Prophetic and Prophecy and Supernatural channel. And I have another word for you today. A good juicy word from God. Okay? And the Lord told me to give Isaiah 16. The whole chapter. But especially Isaiah 16 verse 5 and Isaiah 16 verses 7 to 10. But he wants you to read the whole thing. It's about the daughters of Moab going against the daughters of Tyson. Now the daughters of Moab were witches. Okay, so God is talking about witches, women witches, right? And daughters of Tyson, which are his daughters. Many Moab women, which are witches and sorcerers and so forth, have been coming against the women of God for a long time now. So God says in Isaiah 16, he comes against them and he makes their remnant very small and feeble. So although this is the decade of witches, because it comes every 200 years, I think, right? So, and I gave this word about the decade of witches last year. It means, they're going to abound in their evilness, but it also means that a lot of witches are also going to die within this decade, like they did in Salem almost 200 years ago. Okay, although they were high in power in that time, many of them were hung and burnt and stuff, and that's going to happen in these 10 years that of the decade of the witches as well. You're going to see a lot of witches drop dead if they don't come to God, right? And not just women witches, men witches too. But right now we're talking about women witches. So basically the word God gave me from Isaiah 16. He's saying all these women witches that have been coming against the daughters of Zion. He didn't say the men of Zion, but I'm sure they're included. But all the witches of Moab that have been coming against the daughters of Tyson, which is God's daughters, the tables are about to turn. God is about to make these witches remnants very small. Meaning it's a multitude of them now, but he's about to make a small remnant of them. And what remnant is left is going to be feeble. You will see that in Isaiah 16, chapter 14. And he's going to exalt the daughters of Tyson, the daughters of Zion. He's going to make us strong over these witches. He's going to make us so powerful over these witches, it's going to make them feeble. And it's going to cause them to have a small remnant because it's going to run them underground. And many of them will probably lose their lives because witches don't like to give up, So this is the word. So all you ladies out there, and including men, but more so the women, that has been having witches on your back, that don't want to leave you alone, that want to take your life, take your spouse, take your money, take your gift and your kids, whatever they trying to get after you or trying to, hinder you, your ministry or your work, your career, whatever it is God gave you. God is about to make them a small remnant and make them feeble. So basically what that means is by the time God gets finished with these witches of Moab, it's not going to be many of them left because he doesn't see them repenting. And the small remnant that's left, he's going to leave them so feeble. So it's not to say that we ain't going to still have to deal with witches because, once you get rid of some, here comes some more, But God is letting us know that he's about to make the daughters of Tyson, the daughter of Zion, prevail over witches in this decade, although it is the witch of the decade. We're going to see many witches come to God, and we're going to see even more pass away that don't want to come to God. And we're going to see the daughters of Tyson and Zion overpower these witches. We're going to be so powerful. They are not going to be able to come against us. They're going to be a small remnant, and they're going to be feeble. Feeble. When you are feeble, you are weak. In the mind, in the body, in the soul, and the spirit, there is nothing you could do. And that's what Daddy's about to do. So read Isaiah 16, meditate on it, especially Isaiah 16, chapter 5, when it talks about David and the tabernacle. And then again, Isaiah 16, verses 7 to 10. But read the whole thing. And that is the word that God gave me for this day, this time, and this season. So you guys have a great, awesome day in the Lord. Shalom.